Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. Today's video is going to be a little bit different to my other ones, and it's going to be a tag. In particular, it's the 25 facts about me, and the reason I thought I'd do this video for you today is because I've just started my YouTube channel, so it'll be a really good way for you to get to know me and my personality a little bit better. And although I do some lifestyle posts on my blog, they're more events and things. It's not really about me personally, so I thought this would be a really nice way for you to get to know me a little bit better. I found it a bit difficult to think of 25 things. I had to have a long hard think. I think it's easier when you're thinking about your friends or your boyfriend or something to think of 25 facts, but for myself for some reason I just found it quite difficult. But I've written them all down in this catechism notebook for you, so I should be able to just whiz them off for you. The first fact is that I have a ridiculously sweet tooth. In particular, I love chocolate. I'm not really a sweetie kind of gal. I just really like chocolate, and I have to have at least one chocolatey thing a day. And I think it's pretty obvious that I love chocolate, considering my two most recent posts on my blog. The first one, which was a recipe for Oreo cookie, caramel and white chocolate popcorn, and I've also put up a restaurant review for the Hotel Chocolat restaurant in Borough, so if you want to check those out, I'll leave the link below. Number 2 is I still sleep with a blanket. Now, this might be a little bit controversial considering I am 22 now, but I think because I've just had it like basically my whole life, it's just a comfort thing now, and it looks like this. So it's a little bit tatty now, and it's not really the softest thing, so Matt really hates it. He doesn't understand why I like it so much, and I can't really sleep without it now. So if I'm going overnight somewhere, if I go back home, I always take this with me just because I like having something to cuddle. Number 3 is I went to an all-girls school from year 3 until the end of sixth form, which is year 13. So basically my whole life in school was at a private all-girls school. Number 4 is I always abbreviate everything, and it's kind of weird. Like, I normally only do it around my friends and family because I'm more comfortable around them. But I say things like, instead of probably, I'll say prob, which is really stupid, and I don't know why I do it, but it's just kind of a habit I've got into, and it's just a kind of me-ism. Number 5, my favourite colour is pink, which is pretty obvious because you can tell. Number 6, I'm really quiet until you get to know me, and I'm really shy as well. I've always been like this from when I was little, but I've always kind of been more reserved and really shy and quiet. Especially I just haven't been that confident, and that's why creating a blog, even though it's anonymous if you want it to be, and you don't have to put your face or your name to it, and creating a YouTube channel have just been like massive step forwards for me, and I've really enjoyed coming out my shell. Number 7 is all my best friends have been called Sophie. Number 8 is the one thing I've always known I want to do with my life is that I want to be a mum. And I know some people don't view this really as an occupation or an achievement or something like that, but I was never really sure what I wanted to do career-wise, but I've always known, like, inside, that I've always wanted to have children and a family. But I think it's because I've got quite a small family and only one sibling. And I was one of those girls who, when they were little, always had a dolly and a pram, and I loved my baby born so much. It was like my favourite present for ages, as well as my toy kitchen. I think I was set up really to be a housewife. Obviously there are other things I want to achieve now, but the one thing I've always truly known I want to do is be a mum. Number 9, I love to cook and experiment with different recipes, and in particular I love to bake. I really love baking cakes and muffins and cookies and biscuits and all that kind of thing. Number 10 is I'm really close to my grandparents, and I'm really lucky to say that I've got a full set. So I've got both my grandmas and both my granddads, and they've only lived, I think, maximum half an hour away my whole life. And as my mum and dad worked full time, they would look after us in the afternoons. I'd pick us up from school, and in the school holidays they'd take us on trips and things. So I was really lucky to spend a lot of time with them and get to know them, and it's just meant that I've got a really nice, close relationship with them, which I'm so grateful for. Number 11 is I love all music. I just like different genres for different moods and different times, if that makes sense. So I really love 90s R&B because I find it quite relaxing and things, but I love rap, I love some rock and like heavy metal, which a lot of people are quite surprised at, but I do. And in particular, my favourites are Trey Songz, who I just love. I saw him on my 21st birthday live and it was incredible. Like, he is just incredible. I love all his songs and I just love him. And secondly, I really enjoy John Mayer. I just think he's really talented. I really like his songs and they hold a lot of meaning for me as well. Number 12 is my favourite TV show of all time is Roswell, and if you haven't heard of it, you need to go and watch it now. It's quite old now. I think it was like filmed in the 90s or something. It's a really, really good series. In fact, there's 3 series and I've got the box set of all of them, and it sounds really weird, but you should definitely give it a chance, because when my best friend in high school told me about it, I was like, this sounds so lame, but she made me watch it and it was amazing, so trust me, you'll love it. Number 13 is I pronounce a lot of words wrong, and I'm not sure why I do this. I think it might be because I've read them and I've just said them as I've read them or something, which applies to one of them, which is epitome. I've always said epitome and I had no idea I was saying it wrong until Matt told me. In fact, he told me all of these things I was saying wrong, so I'm kind of annoyed no one told me for like the past 21 years that I've been pronouncing things wrong. But the second thing that I can think of is how you say tickle, which is obviously spelled with a CK. I say tiggle, so it would be spelled with 2 G's, and I don't know why, because I know it's spelled tickle, I've just never pronounced it tickle. I say tiggle instead. Number 14 is I can play the piano and clarinet up to grade 5. Number 15 is I love history. Apart from beauty, it's my other passion. I even did half my degree in it at uni. I love to read about it. I love to watch programmes and films on it. In particular, I really love the Tudor period, and I even did my dissertation on Queen Elizabeth I. And this last weekend, Matt took me on a surprise day out to Hampton Court Palace, which was so awesome. I had such a good time, and even he did too, because he's never really been that into history, but he really enjoyed it too, which was great. Number 16, which kind of follows on from this, is I love to read. I love to read all kinds of things. It just depends, again, what kind of mood I'm in. I like history factual books, historical fiction. I like reading cookbooks. I like chick lit, crime, thriller, like literally so many different things. I like even ghost stories, I like short stories, and I've got good reads, so if you're on that, let me know and we can link up and be friends. Number 17 is I was deaf until I was 2. Well, I wasn't fully deaf. It was kind of like my mum described it as I would hear sounds as if I was underwater, and the only reason that they noticed, I think it was my granddad that noticed actually, was because I wasn't really starting to develop my speech. So they took me for a few tests and it was found that I had to have an operation, which luckily I don't remember, but I was operated on both ears, and then after that I had to have speech therapy. Number 18, I was a model on a billboard when I was a baby, which is pretty cool. In fact, it was a few billboards, and here is some picture evidence of that. Number 19 is I'm an organised mess. Number 20 is I have no tattoos, but I have 3 piercings, and I've got my ears pierced, I've got my cartilage pierced, and I've got my belly pierced, which my mum really doesn't like. Number 21 is I've never been to America. Number 22 is blogging is the one thing that I've really stuck to. I kind of compare it to, I've tried to start a diary before and I've been good for a couple of weeks at most, but I just always ended up giving up with it. But I'm so pleased I persevered, and I think it's because I enjoy it so much and I enjoy the topics that I'm talking about. That's the reason that I've stuck to it. Number 23 is I'm a horrendous packer. Like, everyone who knows me knows I cannot pack lightly at all. It's always because the one thing I don't take I always end up needing or wanting, so I just think by taking a lot you're kind of eliminating any chances of that happening. Number 24 is I have always wanted a cat and I've never had one, which is so sad. My mum always used to say it was because my dad was allergic, but I'm not so sure, because now I'm older I've learnt that there are certain cats who have a kind of hair which are non-allergic. I think they don't have the allergen in or something. So I wish I'd known that when I was younger, so I could have used that in my argument. And I used to put it at the top of my Christmas list every year, and I just never received one, and it's quite sad. But when we next move into our new place, me and Matt are definitely going to be getting a cat of our own, so I'm really excited about that. I was lucky though and did have a few pets. We had stick insects from a local fair, which freaked me out, and I think that's why I hate bugs. We had a goldfish called Boovy Eyes, because his eyes were like huge. We had guinea pigs. I think guinea pigs are the next thing. Yeah, next and the last thing. My sister had one the whole time called Cresbian. And I had one which we got with Cresbian called Charlie, which was a blonde long hair, but he died, which is really sad. It was Fudge second, and then it was Spice, and Fudge got sent to the zoo. But now I'm thinking that he didn't actually get sent to the zoo because I swear you can't see guinea pigs in a zoo. So maybe my parents lied and he got taken away. That's really sad. Number 25, and the last fact, is I have never broken a bone. I've only ever sprained things, and the most recent one was when I was in my student union, I think in the summer of year 2 at uni, and I was doing ambitious dance move and platforms, and I did a twist and I fell over, and apparently it was, you could hear the boom over the sound of the music, which is horrendous. But again, I was a little bit tipsy, so I don't remember. I just remember not being able to get up, and Matt had to drag me up, and I had to be carried out the club. It was kind of bad, and we had to go to A&E, and I was on crutches, so that wasn't too good, especially trying to get up and down the stairs in this small uni house. It just was not okay. So that's the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed getting to know me a little bit more. Let me know what other kind of videos you'd like to see in the near future. I do have a few jotted down in my little notebook here, which I'm excited to show you. But for now, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!